Do you know what? You're responsible for me being up last night till 11:30.
Fantastic. I apologise if you're rubbish today.
I just could not put it down. It's so interesting because I thought I had it cracked, you see, because I read it first, because I don't want to give too much away, because obviously people will read it for themselves, but it's a wife who thinks her husband's having an affair, and I thought she was completely wrong.
Okay.
That was what I thought, but then, and it goes in so many different directions. You had a real deadline for this one though, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I was quite relaxed, thinking, oh, I can take my time. You know, usually I'm a bit iffy with my deadlines, and then Penguin decided that they wanted to put it out the same time this year as my last one had gone out last year.
Of course.
So I had to really crack on in the summer. So I was getting up in the summer. I was moving house, but I was also getting up at 5 o'clock every morning and writing for 3 hours, and then doing everything else. And
Exactly, because it's a job. This is the thing that always makes me laugh when people say, "Oh yeah, well I could write a book and I could do a book," and you're like, "No, you couldn't." First of all, not everybody can. But second of all, it's a job, and you have to be so disciplined.
You have to treat it like a job, because the thing is, if you don't keep on top of it and you don't, write however much you decide you need to write every day, you're never going to get through it.
No, absolutely.
So I try and do. I pick to sort of figure out the air that I think a lot of writers pick, which is 1,000 words a day.
Right.
I don't know why, but I try and do that. I try and stick to that on average.
Sure, and that's a lot.
It is. It's a lot. It doesn't sound like much, but
no. But especially if you're kind of rewriting, or you're thinking ahead, and you're just trying to get it all together. I really liked the woman at the heart of this. I liked her. I mean, it must be difficult when you type the end, a sense of relief, but a sense of it's quite sad.
It is.
To say bye-bye to these characters.
It is, and I sort of wish that in the beginning I thought, oh, I'll write a series of books about the same characters, because you miss them when they go, but then it would feel slightly strange to bring random people back. And I always have a thing. I always try and make the women that I write about women that I would want to spend time with.
Yes.
So whether or not I like what they're doing, at least they're interesting and funny, and they're not just saying, oh, I need to find a husband. So I feel like I've lost a bit of a friend, really.
No, I know, she's good. There's lots to her. There's lots to her. It's, again, when I read your books, they are cinematic. You do... I could see this on the telly. I could see this as a drama.
I think that's my background. I can't help myself that I'm always thinking in... more probably in TV terms than film terms.
Sure.
I'm so used to always thinking cliffhanger. You need to keep them hooked. They're going to turn over at any second. So I sort of try and do that as much as I can, really.
But I could see this easily, and it's something, again, it's one of these things, it might happen, it might not, but this one particularly, I think, and it's very of its time, Jane. It feels really relevant.
Oh, thank you.
To
fingers
today.
crossed someone will pick it up.
Well, you would hope so. You would absolutely hope so. And how are things generally? How is life? You've moved house. Is it all okay? Because that's really stressful.
Yeah, it's really stressful. And I decided that I was going to pack everything myself, because I've done it before when you get the people in to pack, and it's just so intrusive, and they're there for days and days. And so I did it all myself. And then I unpacked myself. It was absolute chaos and insanity, but... very, very happy now, very settled in the new place.
Good. Yeah. It's when you've got all your stuff
Never
sorted.
moving again.
No. It's really, really hard. And your man is really cheeky. Really funny and really cheeky. We were talking about the tweets. He sends tweets. Look at this one. He said, "This is Jane with all of her friends."
Yeah.
And it's you and your own.
Yeah.
And then he says, "This is Jane checking her phone for messages. No, she hasn't got any." I mean, he's really cheeky. He really is cheeky. But I like that relationship. I love the fact that you are so comfortable with one another that you can laugh and with each other. I think
that's the most
important.
Yeah,
it's so important. Now, look, who's the most important person in the family? How is Ollie the cat?
She's lovely.
Oh,
she is.
She's getting on though. She's what age is she?
She's 13.
Oh, that's okay.
So, she's getting on a bit, but
that's okay.
I'm hoping that she's got some Siamese in her, and you always hear that Siamese live for quite a long time. So I'm hoping she's got a good another 20 years in her.
Because they are your family.
Oh, I love her. Yeah, I love
absolutely her. Your family. Anybody that's got a pet knows that, and people that don't have pets don't understand it. But they absolutely are part of really part of the family.
Well, and also I always feel that a home isn't a home without an animal.
I know what you mean.
There's something about having animals around the place that, I don't know, it makes it feel like a much nicer place. So, I couldn't...
I know what you mean, actually. That makes perfect sense. I believe that Ollie's got her own Twitter account.
She has. She's got her own Twitter account, and she has more followers than me. So that's how important I am in the world.
I think that's brilliant. I really do.
She's got 35,000 followers. She's a cat.
Oh, my goodness me. I know, but a very special cat.
Very special cat, very argumentative cat on Twitter. Very grumpy.
And a cat that's almost a person, so it's absolutely fine. Now, look, My Sweet Revenge, it's out right now.
Yes.
As I said, I had to keep page turning. I mean, part of me was like, I've got to... In a way, I'm cross with myself because I think I read it too fast.
But then, to be honest, someone telling me that they couldn't stop turning the page is the best thing I can ever hear. I think, as a writer, that's literally the best thing thing anyone can ever say to you. So that's great.
And it is a woman who, she kind of goes wrong a little bit, but her intentions are always good.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, basically without giving anything away.
I know it's difficult. It's really hard.
But she finds out that he's having an affair and she doesn't want to just throw him out because she thinks that would make it too easy for him. He'd just run off into the sunset with his mistress and live happily ever after. So she decides she's going to win him back over. She's going to make him fall back in love with her, and then she'll kick him out when it'll hurt.
The ultimate revenge.
Yeah, so that's sort of what she sets out.
But it kind of goes a bit awry.
Goes a bit awry.
It goes totally awry. Jane, it's always a joy talking to you. Thank you for this. I absolutely loved it. I'm going to send it on to my mum because I know she'll love it as well. And good luck with it, but it'll do incredibly well, as it always does.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you'd like to see even more great guests, then click here. There are plenty more fantastic interviews to come, so make sure that you subscribe.